the top step. The gold hanging around my neck and America's national anthem play. To me, that sounds pretty good. But I'm always going to check the answer choices just to make sure. And so let's go through here. So B, listen to me read this. And I'm just going to start with I found myself, okay? So I found myself on the top step, the gold, hanging around my neck in America's national anthem play. No, we're not going to break up gold and hanging, right? Next one, C. I found myself on the top. Step the gold hanging around my neck in America's national anthem play. No, we can hear that's wrong. Okay, let's look at D. I found myself on the top step, the gold hanging around my neck in America's national anthem play. Yeah, it doesn't sound as wrong, right? Like, it doesn't sound as, like, glaringly, obviously wrong, but it's jumbled. And the SAT and the ACT, they don't want things to be jumbled. So this sentence is kind of comma crazy. When you look at it, you're like, whoa, that's a lot of commas for one sentence. But when we say it, those commas all fit.
He knows
and
my
we
stripping
kind
is
of need
real.
the commas to break up.
Yeah, he knows what I want to.
So your answer here is going to be A, no change.
Bro, what?
Okay, number
Don't make me
2
angry.
is a percent problem. Believe it or not, percents, decimals, and fractions make up a huge part of the SAT and ACT math. If you can master percents, decimals, and fractions, it is going to really help you, and that's going to be about 7 or 8 questions on the math. So it's a good thing to
Gotta
practice.
save these two for later.
This is a pretty basic question. The ACT is better at giving us one-step questions. And this one is just a slightly more complicated one than that. So, to make space for new merchandise, a clothing store offered a 15% discount. I always do that when I'm not good
You
at
missed the
this one.
satisfying
All
tear.
right.
The what?
The satisfying tear.
All right, well, I'll just...
Oh, get the closer to ASMR.
Oh, Jesus, let me... Jesus, take the wheel. Hold on. All right. Now, let's do this. Okay, there we go.
They are so good.
Okay, to make space for new merchandise, the clothing store offered a 15% discount on all current stock. What is the sale price of a jacket that regularly sells for $42? Sometimes in the math section, I find it's helpful when I'm reading the question to go ahead and circle or underline the figures and exactly what it wants me to do. That just helps me keep my operations straight.
Peeps.
So I basically want to figure out, so we got a jacket that's $42, okay? And it's 15% on sale, okay? So we need to figure out what is 15% of 42, okay? But do they want to know the discount or do they want to know the new price? The new price. So we got to remember to take it that extra step, okay? First off, let's figure out what the discount is. When we're doing percents, okay, what you do is you want to take the total and you're going to multiply it by the percent. Now, you could just type it into your calculator as 42 times 15%, okay? Or if you don't have a calculator, the way we do that is by multiplying it by 0.15. So with percent, if we move our decimal point over twice, then we get the form that we use for calculating. So let's go ahead and work this through. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 4 is 20. Add that 1. We got 21. Then we got 2, 4. We're going to add this together, and we've got 6.
That's not me,
We got 2 decimal points here, so I got to move my decimal over twice. So my total discount that she gets off is going to be $6.30. Now look at this.
Yeah,
They are sneaky jerks on these tests, and they're going to try to trick you. They're going to try to trick you by putting $6.30 as an answer choice. And some people are going to see that and be like, oh, that's the answer. But we know it's not the answer, because what do we have to tell? the new sale price. We don't have to tell what's the discount. We have to tell what the new price is. So we have one more calculation we have to do. We have to say 42 minus $6.30, and that's going to give us our new total price, which is C, $35.70.
This is
Okay, but you
exactly
had
why
just
you
guessed that.
don't.
Okay, any questions about this one? They do this on every single problem.
your way.
They truly are sneaky bastards. So you have to check. They are gonna trick you
I technically
by
got it
giving
right.
you the calculation that's
You just
halfway
guessed
through
that.
solving the problem.
But I still got it
You
right.
gotta make sure you're saying, what do I need to solve it to? Okay. Next we have our science. So let's take a look at this one. Let me see if I can zoom in a little more. And remember, guys, I apologize for how small it is in your packet. But next week it will not be this small.
I mean, yeah.
Shrunk it
Let's
too
do
much
that too.
this time.
Oh wait.
All right,
I
so
thought that was.
we have here a figure. And remember, on the science graphs, we want to always look at our X and Y axis and just familiarize ourselves with what we're looking at here. So before I've even looked at the question,
Yeah, I don't even know.
I have seen here that we're talking about blood plasma over here. So something to do with blood. Okay. Over here, we've got the time that elapsed after dosage. So I'm getting the idea it must have something to do with medicine and how long it's been after they took the medicine. Something to do with the concentration of the medicine in their blood. And I look over here at the key and I see we've got some immediate release, some extended release. So I've got A and B, immediate and extended. So that's just something I do before I even look at the question, just to get familiar with the graph. So the question says, according to figure 1, which is this figure, 16 hours after taking the extended release form of the prescription drug, the difference in mean blood plasma concentration between ingredient A and B is closest to what? Okay? So we got a lot of key stuff in here. How many hours are we going to be looking at? 16. So we're going to be concerned with this x-axis right here. 16 hours after we took it. Okay? What's it asking us to measure? The difference between ingredient A and B, okay? And what math calculation is difference? Subtraction, okay? So we're going to subtract A and B, okay, to see the difference between them at what time? 16 hours, okay? And are we looking at the immediate or the extended release? Extended release. So let's go back up here to our graph. Okay, first we got to figure out which one of these is the extended release. And when I look here, that's going to be this line and this line. Remember to mark it up. Hey, sweetie, how are you? You want me?
Actually blow up the elevator. I mean, she blew up the elevator literally.
Oh, that sucks.
That's bad.
D1206.
Did I have the elevator at school? Did Mr. Bethel?
Bro, I think that'd be the day Mr. Bethel quits. Like, y'all when I get home, I'm taking these lashes off. I need to buy some new ones.
Hey, it's Holly. Hey, I have a student here trying to find Miss Maddox.
I
Do you know
only
where
get mine from Amazon.
her office is
Guys,
located?
look.
I thought it was D1206,
She tore it
but
up.
that's
It's gone already.
I have to save my other two, but I want to eat them right now. I'm not going to. I gotta save them for when I'm hungry.
What
Okay,
about
let me
those
call her.
$12 in your cash app?
Okay.
Those $12 I'm saving for the football game.
Yeah, thanks so much.
I think they're like $7.
Uh-huh.
But you know, I'm trying to learn how to save.
Let me,
Preserve my money.
Why don't you put it in your savings?
Because I'm real quick to take it out.
I forgot. Wait. I
Hey,
actually
yeah,
got
I
one
was just checking.
email.
Are you
Guys, he can throw a
D1206?
P. Diddy party with the amount of money.
Okay. 1206. Okay, awesome. I'm sending a student. She's been trying to find you and went to the wrong room.
Please
So
give me
she's
that
coming.
money so I can buy me some Applebee's. Asked you for my farewell gift. You should buy me some Zaxby's. I mean, not Zaxby's.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Bye. She said right near the cafeteria by the double doors.
Why are they taking it so out of order?
Okay, so I'm looking at the open circle and the open rectangle, and I'm going to subtract the difference between the two at 16 hours. With this science, y'all, it's really important that you break it down like we just did. You want to look exactly, where do I need to look, what am I going to be looking for, and what math do I need to do? It's often going to be asking you to calculate something. And the thing about the science section is that the answers are all here. You don't have to know anything before you come in because the answers are all here. You just have to be able to read these graphs and charts to be able to find it. This can be the easiest section if you practice those skills and if you're good at it. Or it can be the hardest because a lot of students go in there not realizing that this is a part of it. So let's look. At 16 hours, we got one of them right here and one of them right here. Okay? So when I do just kind of like an eyeball look, looks like I'm somewhere around row 5 and I'm somewhere here around row 15 or 16. Okay? And so I'm just going to subtract those. So I'm going to say 16 minus 5. And my answer is C, 11.
Break.
Yeah.
Now, if you were on the actual test, guys, I would recommend holding a piece of paper up to like actually measure it if you need to. But eyeballing it will often work. I thought they were a little bit tricky with this one by putting a 9 and an 11 because it really is kind of hard to tell if it's right on those lines
Mine
or not.
actually, I got it.
But 11 is
What's
different.
this name right there?
It says Cammy.
Now our final one is reading. So remember, one of the
Still might
key
be Cammy.
differences between the
You don't have
SAT
the
and
order.
ACT now is that the ACT is going to have you read a whole big long essay before you answer your questions. The SAT now just gives you a paragraph and then you answer, paragraph and then you answer. So this I cut and pasted out of an essay. And this is just, I just cut the one paragraph the question needed. But this would be part of a bigger, full, long essay. So, here we go. First thing we're going to do is look at the question because that's going to help us figure out what we're looking for. We want to prime our brain and make sure we're reading with a purpose. So it says, it can be inferred from the second paragraph, lines 16 to 38, that America's reluctance to choose liquid natural gas over other energy sources will blah, blah, blah. So I got to read this paragraph, but I know that I'm looking for something that has to do with why doesn't America want to use liquid natural gas? Okay, why? So that's going to be what I'm reading for. So it is no wonder that natural gas has become a controversial and critical topic of discussion among politicians, business leaders, and consumers. It is apparent that the United States will need to drastically coal would be expensive, right? It just doesn't make sense cost-wise. This is especially true for nations with other energy sources.
Can't talk because
So what I got out of this is that it's very hard to transport, okay? It's a very difficult thing to transport the liquid natural gas. It's very expensive, okay? And so let's look at answer choices and see if we have one.
Trying to buy stuff from there.
Who, me? I didn't buy it though.
And so then, what is it? So it's
Yeah.
saying other energy
I'm never gonna
sources
buy food, so
will,
don't support
and,
and child
This
labor.
fast fashion.
F,
It
not
sucks.
prevent America
Fast
from
fashion.
importing more liquid natural gas than other countries.
See you.
G, induce Japan and China to build new liquid natural gas processing
like you.
facilities.
Japanese,
Doesn't
though.
even talk about them. H,
And your
most
favorite
likely
snack.
continue until the cost and
think
problems
it's bananas.
associated with liquid natural gas can be reached.
Oh, shoot.
Or J,
Jeans,
lead to a
fast
decrease in the current demand
Glasses,
for liquid
fast
natural gas
fashion.
in other
Headphones,
countries such as
fast fashion.
Canada.
Boom.
So H
Fast
is going to
fashion.
be
Like
your answer
headphones
here.
that keep falling apart.
That is
There it
the
goes.
one that it's the only one in there that they talk about and that doesn't wrap in
It's
other
just so hard being
information
a bad
that is
bitch
not
every day. Like,
so other bits have some true parts to it, but if they pull in anything that's not in the reading, you know it's not correct. All right, so y'all can go ahead and put that up. Thank you guys. And
Perfect.
like I said, today we're going to be doing our final activities, looking at the SAT versus the ACT. Today's activity we're going to start with is a group work, and we're going to be playing a game.
Chivine's gonna be mad.
So
Chivine's gonna be mad.
why?
Because we're playing a game. Oh, wait.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cause she did.
Okay.
She did say that.
So I call this game Roll the Dice, and it is, to me, a fun review game that goes very quickly and is very successful at helping you review a lot of information at once. The way that this game works is you're going to be working in groups,
She got an 8.
and within your groups, you'll have
But
one
she's got a
person
900.
who is the designated scorekeeper,
Oh, shit.
and everybody else is playing.
Where'd you go?
Okay? You are going to earn points for every question that you get correct. And scorekeepers, you're going to earn the same amount of points as the highest scoring member in your
Whoever
group.
wins gets a
So
free chocolate.
scorekeepers, it's in your best interest to pay attention and follow along and keep the game going as quickly and as smoothly as possible, because your score is going to depend on the success of your highest performing person, okay? The way this works is I'm going to give your group,
Okay, last Wednesday, how are we feeling?
You know, the end is coming closer and closer, so it's getting more
The
real.
pressure is getting worse. Have you seen how people keep manifesting or talking about how there's gonna be another pandemic? Why are you actually wishing that people would die just so you can stay home? What's actually
Roblox
wrong with
again.
you? Like, are you sick?
Play
Like,
Among Us again.
you need help. You need seek help. Like, that's crazy to me. You want millions of people to die just so you can stay in your house.
For real.
That's so no.
Is that too
And they're talking about some pandemic 2024. No!
is that too political for this channel?
It is, guys. I don't care. Collect my tea. Oh, okay, so what is the number from like 1 to 10 on how you feel? Happiness and then sad.
Which way? 10 is happy, 1 is sad.
1 is you're okay, 10 is like you're like really sad, but 1 is like you're alright, but then 10 is like you're happy. Or no, it can be the opposite for sad.
4.
So 4 for sad.
No, okay. No, okay, that's sad. So 1 is okay, and then 10 is sad.
Okay, so you're a 4. Okay. Guys, watch me. I'm gonna be 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
alright, see if that works.
My partner in crime.
Oh, wait.
Oh. Oh, I messed it up.
I think I
Hip, hip.
did it.
Alright.
Okay, let me see the check and see. All these people in my class that I've never even met.
You're supposed to do it with me.
You gotta retake this test, lock in.
Oh my gosh.
You can't
But
skip it.
dang, you can't.